Dave. Yo, yo, yo. Big up. Oh, no. Love that. Love it.
Hello.
Yes, mate. What's going on? You okay?
I was just fucking brushing my teeth, but then I was like, I fucking smell my breath anyway.
Yes, what's going on? I had to check my teeth before I called you as well, because I was like, there's definitely going to be something in my mouth otherwise. Like,
I'm putting my phone in the middle of like gaffer tape.
yeah.
The whole thing.
I'm just leaning mine against an empty wine bottle, so.
Rock on, dude.
Yeah. All right, we'll give it like 5 minutes or something, and then we'll make a start. Cool. Nice. Let me chuck my phone on. How's things? Have you had a busy day?
A little bit. I've just been doing like 40 bits because
Cool.
Fridays are my 40 days.
Okay, cool. Nice.
And then I showered and I did my makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I actually like did something with my hair today, and I found it was like Welsh band t-shirt day, wasn't it? So I thought I'd put one on. It's yeah.
I got it in his old band.
Ah, sick. Yeah, mine's My Name is Ian one. So there we are.
Oh, my name is Ian. I've only listened to them once. I need to listen to them again.
Thank you, Zach. You're so generous. Both our haircuts are fab.
I was telling you, I need to go to
Thank
the
you.
because my
Thank
friend
you.
was like down here.
Yeah, man. I had like my haircut like the day before lockdown started. So I was like, got it cut really short, and now it's like longer than it's been in years. Do you know what I mean?
I just got like these fanny flaps now for like
Yeah. Brush behind my ears, Karis. Yeah, sorry about that. How's that, Karis? Better? It just needs to. Okay. Yeah. I used to have one of those like combs, you could like flip it out, and then it had the mirror in it as well, so you could like check.
God.
I need that back.
Like the school one.
Yeah, so it was like a brush, like a flip brush, and then like one thing was the brush, and then the other side was the mirror.
Oh my god, that makes me think of like those like groovy chick. You probably won't know.
Yeah. Groovy chick. Those were them girls. They were kind of like brats, right? And they wore like flared jeans and like tank tops and things. Yeah.
That was literally, like those memes that say there's like two types of girls, and one is like a playboy bedroom, and then the other one is like groovy chick.
Yeah.
Chick.
I've got some delicious Stella this evening. So good. I think I'm having a virtual date after this. So
a virtual date.
Yeah, keeping it real. She's good. Yeah. We've been watching Hannibal, which is scary. We just finished Harry Potter as like J.K. Rowling was like doing all this like hand stuff, and I was like,
well done, Ethan. Well done.
Good one, Joe.
Oh my god, it's madness, isn't it?
She's crazy. Loves it. Loves a controversial tweet.
Isn't it? Well, ever since lockdown now, I've been non-stop on like Twitter and like TikTok. But I can't get enough of like Twitter now.
Yeah. All right. I think we've got a few minutes. Is Rich in here? Hello, Rich. Yes. He's got a Stella as well. And hello, Craig. How are you? I'll send a wave. Lovely. That's nice, isn't it? Wow. Hello. Just a kiss.
Kiss.
All right, cool. All right, well, we'll make a start then, shall we? I think it's gone 7 now, so. All right, wicked. So thank you for doing this today with me, Sian. It's weird because I guess I kind of got to like pretend I don't actually like know you in a way, haven't I? But I do know you, but for the purposes of this interview, I don't. So I guess, we could just start with like talking about what Forte project is and like, like what you do with it, I guess then.
So Forte project is a music development scheme, and each year we take on 10 artists from 5 different county boroughs around Cardiff, and then we're with them then for a year, and then we try and help them develop their music, or some of them they all come to us at like different levels. Like some of them come completely fresh with like no songs, but most of them have like got their own songs and released their own songs, so we just try and like support them in whatever way we can, really.
Lovely. So when you like start, when you choose, well, when the 10 artists are chosen, it's you're looking for like a range of like whether they're, you know, release something and then you, is it like a mix through the 10? So you don't obviously don't want like someone all 10 in the same stage, do you?
Yeah. It's weird. Like I've only been with Forte for 1 year now. So last year, Fiance was my first year.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of like learning about the music industry because like when I joined Forte, that's when I truly like put my foot in it.
Yeah.
Is that the way you say it? Put my foot in it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because the project itself has only been running, I feel like 3 years, is it? 3 or 4 years? Because I remember
So. I should know this, shouldn't I?
was the first year the one with Hunter maybe and like Luke and
Yes,
all of them. I feel
TDC, I believe.
and that was when we still would have been in uni then, wouldn't we?
Fuck, were we?
Yeah.
Fair as well.
No, it's fine. You can swear. It's cool. All right, that's cool then. So, like, when you initially applied for the job in Forte, then you were already doing bits with Trigger Happy Creative as well, were you? Or
yeah, so well, that's how I got to know Spike because Lou and I were like doing music videos.
yeah,
And then we did our first one. Well, we did one for Pitchforks, and then that's how I got introduced to Spike. And at the same time, my housemate Louise. I don't know if you've met her, but she does music. She's a blogger, and she also has
Louise Schofield. Yeah.
And, so like she was working for the project as well. So that's how I got to know Spike. And then Louise moved to London then. So then there was just Spike and Ed. And then I think because of like the music videos and stuff, I joined. Like Spike asked me if I would be keen on like getting involved. So my main role within like Forte project is just like helping the artists like try and develop like their overall like image and brand.
Yeah.
But most of the time, yeah, I'll help them with like, you know, getting up mood boards so they can have like press images and like music videos. So I really come in probably towards the end, but I still get involved. I try and get involved with like what they're doing musically as well.
Yeah, well, it's funny, isn't it? Because like if I look at maybe the last couple of bands that have got big from like South Wales or Wales, really, it is a lot of the time it is to do with like having like a marketable brand or like sort of like a vibe that they then carry on and people sort of like buy into, isn't it? Like a logo or just like an aesthetic is very, very important, isn't it?
Definitely. Which is kind of sad, really, because like, you know, it's one thing having like good songs, but then the shallow bit of it is that like people really care about, oh, well, you know, like it is about like the way that you look as well. Which sounds really bad, but people belong to like their tribe.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to figure out like, I'm still talking to like, there's this really cool girl called Emily Hicks, and she's a graphics designer.
Okay.
And she is amazing at like designing and like just coming up with like brand ideas. So I've been speaking with her, and like she's going to be doing some workshops now for like our Forte artists.
Sick.
Virtual ones to help them try and like start thinking about developing their brand, because like I think we're all just trying to help them now be productive. You know, when they have productive days, then we're here to support them, like try and be productive like in lockdown, because you know there's only so much that you can do.
Yeah, of course.
From your bedroom.
Yeah. No, I know it is tough, like trying to stay motivated and like doing stuff regularly. I think when Rich and I book artists, especially if they're like new or maybe they've only been, you know, playing for a couple of months or don't even have a track out, is if they're like consistent with their like social media, or if they have sort of like a like they can prove they have a following almost, you know what I mean? So is that the type of stuff you do then? They'd have like social media plans and like a campaign almost, is it? Or
well, because they're all on like different levels, like a lot of them, what we try and focus on at the beginning of the year is just developing their songs. Because if you haven't got good songs, then it's pointless us like planning for a music video because we don't know what song we're gonna pick. So right now, a lot of them are like in the process of like uploading all of their demos onto SoundCloud and stuff, and then we'll send them around to some producers. And then what we're going to do then is set up like some Zoom calls so they can have like feedback from like those producers. And then we'll figure out what songs they can get recorded. But then that's annoying because it's not like they can go into the studio now.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're all, like, our team at Forte is like trying to figure out like how is this next year going to be for us, and like the year after that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we can do that much with this current year, even though they're all amazing. Like they're all like being like so productive and like doing everything that they can.
Yeah.
So yes, like,
it is challenging. So it runs from, what is it? Is September to September, is it? Or?
No, it runs from December is when we have like an induction, and then like maybe like November time is when the year finishes. But I feel like what I learned from like last year is that it doesn't, even though like, you know, you're with Forte for a year, it doesn't feel like they've actually left. Because like last year I was like crying my eyes out because I was like, oh, but like the good thing is, you know, we all stay in contact.
Yeah, nice.
So it is nice.
That's cool. So like it's not just like a year of tutoring and then you sort of send them off, and if they want to like get involved or message you, you're like, no, sorry, I've got a new 10.
Yeah.
Like...
It's the same with like I don't know, like mine and Ed's Forte days are like Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay.
But like, you know, if an artist messages us on like a Monday, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, sorry, only talk to me on Thursdays and Fridays. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, like a 24/7, but I like it.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, obviously we don't like have artists who we work with like regularly in a sense that you would tutor or anything, but hey, but I suppose it's nice to like have that sort of like relationship with people you work with, especially in like a creative field where you can, you know, you can drop them a message or like whatever, and then have that back and forth, and it's informal, isn't it? It's nice.
Definitely.
Indeed.
And like that's what I appreciate with all of the artists that I've worked with so far.
Yeah.
Like I told them as well, you know, my background is in photography, so I'm still learning about music. But I think what we can utilize the most is like our network. So if they ask us about something that we don't know, then we can find someone that can do that. But it's like I appreciate them because like they have always been like open and transparent to us. Like if, you know, sometimes when we have meetings, we set like little tasks for them to do by the next one, and like, you know, some of them haven't done it, but then they're always willing to figure out their reasons why. And like you know, like sometimes there's stuff like going on on the outside, it just looks like, God, they're being, you know, they can't be asked, but really there's like other stuff to it.
Yeah, of course.
Within the project, especially right now in quarantine, like we've been focusing a lot on like mindfulness and like mental health.
Okay, cool. Nice.
So we had like a mindfulness session this morning.
That's cool.
Yeah, every Friday.
Nice. So you've never like you wouldn't have to name an artist if it did happen, but you've never had to sort of like drop one from the scheme, or like, you know, if someone's like inconsistent, it's not a case of like, oh well, if you don't do X, Y, Z, you won't. Like there's no sort of like catches or anything to the project, is there, with the artists?
I think sometimes people get confused, like when they hear Forte Project and what we do. I think they expect us to almost be like a label, like they expect us to like get these artists, like get them to develop songs, yada yada yada, and then they leave and then they're like successful. And I used to think that as well. I was like, what? But like I sat down with Spike then, and like Spike was saying, you know, we're more than that. Like for the people that are like struggling, or the, you know, at first were like really like interested in the project, which is why they applied, but then, you know, we couldn't communicate with them that much. They're the people that need the project the most, because then we can just try and support them as much as we can. Yeah,
because it is like it's not in Cardiff, is it? So it's really all about the sort of like the areas around Cardiff that I suppose are a little less unfortunate in terms of like a scene. Maybe you guys offer that support, which maybe an artist, because is that right? Artists from Cardiff can't apply, can they?
No. We get that quite, especially application time. Like a lot of people will send in applications from like Cardiff. But luckily, Spike's had, Spike has been given some additional funding by Arts Council.
Class. Big up.
But yeah, I don't know if you've heard of Beacons Project. Well, Beacons.
Heard of who? Sorry.
Beacons.
I think you jolted a bit then, or is it me?
Okay, I got you
Beacons?
back now.
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Oh,
What
so
are they up to?
Beacons is basically
Hello.
like,
Sorry, was that me who lost connection, or you?
I don't know. Maybe it was me. Sometimes I got like word diarrhea and I'm like,
Alright,
what
cool.
was I saying? Oh yeah, Beacons.
Beacons,
So,
yeah.
Beacons is like Forte's like sister project now. I
Okay,
think she's
cool.
like 1 year old. I always reference Beacons as if it's like a girl. But Beacons has the aim of kind of becoming like a mini Forte, like a portable Forte.
Okay.
Because we noticed that like we get a lot of like people messaging from Cardiff or just around Wales, because there's nothing really up in like North Wales, Mid Wales, or like Deep West.
Yeah.
So they're in the process now of like figuring out how we can make like a portable Forte and just make
Okay.
it, or take it to like Mid Wales so we can support artists around Wales rather
Yeah.
than just in like those 5 county boroughs. Because
Yeah,
for us
course.
it is frustrating as well, because we'll try and support them as much as we can, which is why I try and film like all of our workshops now so we can kind of share them that way. But I think it's always nicer to be in the room with someone, because if you
Yeah,
have
of
a
course.
question then you can ask them.
Yeah, and I suppose it's more organic when you're face to face with someone, isn't it? Which is unfortunate that we can't really do that at the moment. Yeah, but I mean, when Forte first started and I was made aware of it, I was under the impression it was sort of like a South Wales version of Horizons, which really isn't the case at all, is it? Because Horizons is just like, I think it's just sort of like you apply for a specific reason for funding, isn't it? Whereas this is more like tutoring.
I would say like, well, when I spoke with Spike, the way that he said it is he started Forte because he noticed that there were like some bands on Horizons that would turn to him and ask for some support because they'd go to gigs and they wouldn't know like what they had to like set up and stuff like that. So he started Forte in the sense that it could be the step before Horizons.
Right, okay.
The artists can come on Forte, we can help develop their music industry knowledge, and just their songs as well. So then they're in a position where they can apply for Horizons, be more self-sustainable as artists, so that they can kind of take the lead more, and then they know what they're doing and what way they want to go.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah.
Nice, that's cool. So let's talk a little bit more, I guess, about Trigger Happy Creative, because you did. I'm trying to think of some of the artists you've worked with recently. Was it the Panic Shack music video? Was that Trigger Happy?
No, that was on par. That was
on par. Oh, did you do the one of their photo shoots? Maybe was it? They were all. Or am I talking out my bum? Yeah.
Yeah, the images. You're not talking out your butt.
Yeah. So what sort of stuff have you been doing with Trigger Happy at the moment then?
What, right now in lockdown?
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know, in the last like 6 months or so, what artists have you been working with? And how initially did you get like involved? Because it's pretty much music stuff, and I think you do some like, I feel like you do like drone stuff and aerial stuff as well, don't you? Is that right?
Yeah, Lou, because we haven't got a license.
Right,
so,
okay.
all the drone stuff that we do is kind of like out of fun.
Yeah, okay.
And then just the drone stuff, like last time I took the drone out, I crashed it into someone's van.
Smooth.
And I was just like a kid, I just grabbed it and ran off like straight down the street in the middle of the valleys. But yeah, we're like Trigger Happy the last 6 months. The last thing that we filmed before lockdown was some sessions with the Wint.
Okay, cool.
A band from Llantrisant, and they're also on Forte. And then just in quarantine, luckily we've been having like some bands come to us that we've previously filmed with, and then with all of the leftover footage that we have of their shoots, they've been asking for us to like edit it together to make like a lyric video.
Okay, sick.
And then luckily we've still had some artists as well approach us, like trying to set up music videos. So we've been organising music videos. The only thing is we don't know when we can film them.
Yeah.
It's like
Ideal.
a case of like waiting until this lockdown is lifted.
Yeah,
so we can
yeah.
just be like.
Yeah, of course, that's fair. Nice. Okay, and then because specifically when you're working with Forte and they're doing like, because they run a lot of shows out of Porters, do you film all of those? Because I remember you did one with Fee. It was like her first gig with Hannah 2K, and it was sort of like a how she was feeling sort of thing on the day and all of that. Yeah, so what sort of work goes on into them? And I guess is it like just following them around with like a steady cam sort of thing, is it? Or... Yeah, yeah.
I think with Fion, yeah, the reason why we filmed that gig is because throughout the year, like with Fion, a lot of stuff was going on with her behind the scenes. So there was only so much that she could like post on like her social media. But I think at that time, I don't think she had an Instagram, but there was barely anything going up because we decided to hold everything back so she could work on her songs, which she did. She wrote songs, she collaborated with like Minas and like other producers, and then so towards the end of the year, then Fion like released her tracks, and then we decided just as something to like release for her and like to build up now that she's like coming out. We decided to like film like the build up to it, and then we got Jordan Sheehy, who's a freelance videographer from the Valleys, who's really good, and she filmed it, and she also filmed Fion's music video as well. So
City.
Yes. Yeah,
Venus. All right, sick. What else have we got to talk about? I'm not sure, to be honest, man. Yeah, that I remember watching that Porter's video, and it made me laugh, man. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Fion is Foxglove. She was one of the artists last year. So what are you saying? Yeah, just doing her bits made me laugh. Is there like, do you do a lot of that then? Sort of like, I guess it's kind of like documentary almost, isn't it? Like following them around and doing the bits.
Yeah, definitely. Like last year, like when I started Forte, I was like, oh, like we really need to show, not just like, because I noticed like on the YouTube, like it was always just like music videos and then some workshops, but I really, really, really wanted it. I wanted people to get the chance to see like what actually goes on like in the project.
Yeah.
Now we try and film, which is why we try and film all of our workshops and like just any little thing that's going on. But I always think that we could do it better, and now I'm just frustrated that it's not like we can go out and film like really nice professional content right now.
Yeah. You can't really do a great deal, can you? You can just sort of like drive by people in the car and wave at them.
Yeah, but like all of the artists, I think they're amazing because like they've all, like Ed and Kay just joined Forte.
She does Prom Queen Skate Club, is it? And Girl Talk DJ and lots of good stuff. Yeah,
she's amazing. Like when she joined Forte, it was like such a breath of fresh air, just because like she has like this amazing knowledge on like marketing and stuff and like social media, and just like the network that she has and like all the people she knows. She's so cool. And I can't remember what I was saying now.
Yeah, no worries, man, no worries. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask, like to get involved? Yes, say for it. Rich, I think you've been DMing me, and I just keep sort of avoiding it. What were you saying, man? What do you want to ask? Let's wait for him.
What about you? What's going on with Tone Deaf Creatures? What have you got coming up?
Well, we've got this. I think we're going to make it a bit more of a series. So sorry, Rich, I didn't mean to ignore you. Yeah, so I think we're going to be paying for. Well, we're going to be paying for Zoom Premium, which will be nice because so we could do them actually as like more than 2 people, which is why we were doing it. Just like me and you, I would have liked to have had Rich on here with me. What bands on Forte should we be looking out for? That's a good one.
Are you like is it like genre specific for like Tone Deaf Creatures, or is it
Not really, no. I mean, we've had quite a big mix of artists, and we do tend to do a bit of a wide breadth of artists. So I suppose I have a bit more of a background in, I wouldn't say acoustic-y, but the less heavy side of the scene, and Rich, the heavier music, really. But yeah, this year, who would you be bigging up?
You just said stuff. I remember in uni, you would be like doing screamo.
Yeah. I do that, but like, you know, like the artist I was booking was always sort of, I wouldn't say softer, but you know, like less heavy.
Okay.
And then Rich was more into the heavier stuff. Yeah, so who would you suggest at the moment for us to check out on the project? Anyone specifically, maybe like a new video or a new track that we could be playing?
Oh my God, I'm thinking of Winter Good. They've just released a new track, and the lead singer James Davis, he just released an EP today as well.
Okay, cool. That's like WYNT, isn't it?
Yeah,
WY. Yeah, Wint. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been recording with well, their singles that they recorded were with Ramesh.
Okay,
I can't
Ramesh.
say his surname, so I'm not going to
Dodengoda. Yeah. That's sick.
So
That's sick. He's worked with some huge artists.
Yeah, Al Moses as well. They've got new stuff that's just come out as well. Chroma, I love Chroma.
Chroma, yeah. I was considering wearing my Chroma t-shirt, but I went for the My Name Is Ian one instead for the Welsh music tape.
I really want to get a Chroma t-shirt.
Yeah, man, they're class.
They're donating money as well, aren't they, to Black Lives Matter charity?
Oh, really? Sick. That's class.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh God, there's so many. And I'm saying this because then I feel like biased.
Yeah.
Yasmin and the Euphoria are very good. They have beautiful harmonies.
Okay, nice.
Laura Power as well. Christian
Shout out. I think Laura's in the comments actually. Big up.
Hello. Who else? Ellis Thomas. He's acoustic. I think you'd like Ellis. And
he's played a couple of my shows, Ellis, actually, because I think he played 2000 Trees festivals, like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
He did say about that.
And then he started on the Forte, didn't he?
Yes.
Which is nice.
Did. And then Sonny Winnebago. If you want someone to make you feel really happy and mellow.
Yeah.
Sonny Winnebago. And then if you want to cry, there's a guy called Christian Punter. He's changed his name out to Otto. I love his songs. They're very like romantic and they make me cry.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Was Christian, or Otto rather, was he due to be playing The Great Escape, or was it was one of the Forte artists?
It was Christian.
Yeah.
Otto, Sonny Winnebago.
Nightmare. Great festival.
I know. We were going to go this year, and I think we're just going to keep our tickets for next year.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which is fine.
All right. Anyone else want to jump in on the questions then for Sian and I?
Otherwise, I'll play my guitar.
Yeah.
Which you don't want, Jake. I need to get a glass of water.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
I think. Sorry, that wasn't I didn't mean to.
No, that's fine, man. Don't worry about it. Okay, I suppose maybe the last question I would have then is, so moving into like the next cycle of Forte artists, how do you think you're gonna choose the artists, and how will like your choices be affected by COVID then, I guess?
Oh, that's a hard one. Well, only recently we've been trying to figure out how we're going to approach next year.
Yeah, of course.
Just because we have got that age threshold, like between 16 to 25. But then obviously this year might be the last year for some people to apply. Like if they're 25 and then say, I don't know, come January, they turn 26.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to figure that out. So we're still talking about it.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
And also, yeah, we're trying to figure out as well how this year with this current lot is going to work out as well. Like we're figuring out like if we need to extend it or what. I think we'll probably extend it, but
is that like something like for a budget wise, would you have to ask like, is it funded by what, like the Welsh Assembly, Forte, or would you have to reach out for some sort of extension from them for more finance, or?
I don't think, well, Spike knows more about this than I do, but I know with this year's funding, well, we get our funding from Arts Council.
Okay, yeah, sure, you did say, yeah.
PRS.
Nice.
Those are the top 2 funders that we get funding from. And then each county borough that we take artists from, they also give us funding. I've probably left out another funder, but oh well.
That's fine. I think, you'll probably be okay for getting one.
But yeah, we, with this year's funding, like if we don't use it, then we can freeze it.
Okay, cool.
So say if we have 2 like Forte years going at the same time, then this year's artists will still have access to it. But yeah, I don't think we will need to ask for more. I think we're able to freeze it.
Yeah, it's just making up your minds, like whether or not, because I suppose realistically, like a lot of the artists who are on now are getting less sort of like opportunities to develop, aren't they? Yeah, which is shit.
Annoying.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
But I think it's made us realize as well that, like, you know, naturally, well, some people just try and stay local, and they work with like songwriters that are in like their area, so they can meet up like face to face to like write songs. But I feel like, I should have thought about this ages ago, because it's like so obvious, you know, like we have access to the internet. You could be like writing with anyone.
Yeah.
That's why I've been like really sneaky, and I've been finding
Sneaky.
people. I'm not sneaky, but maybe like not.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
yeah.
You know, we've been looking at artists. All of the artists have been making like playlists, and then we've been looking at their favorite songs from those playlists. Then, you know, clicking on who wrote the song, who's got songwriting credits, and who the producers are. Because why not, isn't it? You can just type up that person's name, find their LinkedIn or like their Instagram, and then just reach out to them that way and see if they can just have like a Zoom songwriting session with you.
Yeah. Love a LinkedIn, mate. Love it.
Oh my god, do you know, like when we had to make them in uni, I've got like 3 LinkedIns, so this morning I was trying to like report my account as like...
Oh really?
Yeah, just so it would get deleted.
Yeah. I actually deactivated my LinkedIn like maybe like a month ago. It was like I haven't logged onto it since, I don't know, since we graduated, which was like 4 years ago or something, wasn't it?
It's weird, isn't it? It's like a businessy Facebook, but Leo's just gotten back into it. Like he's posting on it like non-stop.
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
is what made me like try and figure out how to sort mine out this morning.
Yeah. All right, wicked. I think we've got one more question from Rich, which would be, how do people get involved with Forte? I'm not sure if he means maybe like, how did you choose going about, like, or how do people go about getting hired, like yourself and Kay and Ed?
Well, we're always, because we've got like a certain amount of funding, unfortunately we can't have like a big team.
Of course, yeah.
But we're always open to working with like new freelancers and stuff, especially with like photography and videography, even just like as a consultant, like for the artists. Like we've had some people that have sat down with the artists and like, I don't know, given them like some support with like branding and image.
Yeah.
So I would encourage everyone to like just send stuff in to
slide into the DMs.
Email. Yeah, or I'm always on our Instagram, so send it on our Instagram. Just say like, oh, this is what I'm interested in, because if we can't support you with like that career pathway or whatever, then there's a chance that we would know someone that does.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more the merrier. Like I really like it when we expand our network with Forte, because then it just means that the artists have got more people that they can like figure out like who they want to work with. They've got more choice, and then we're also like supporting like local freelancers as well.
Of course, that's nice. Keeping it local, keeping it Welsh. Big up. All right, sick. I think if anyone else has some questions, you know, jump in. If not, that was good fun.
What's your next show then? Who are you gonna have next?
Well, we've got a couple booked in for July, and I believe we're going to be announcing them next week at some point. But I think we're going to try and do one like stream every Friday throughout July, because we had loads of gigs and stuff booked in 2020 after a really nice run of shows. Yeah, it's a secret. Yeah, after a really nice run of shows. So Rich and I were feeling a bit like deflated when we had to cancel everything, but obviously, like, we're not just going to run shows and like put people at risk in it. So I mean, we couldn't now anyway because everything's closed. But yeah, we're trying to keep busy and do some bits with the rest of the year now. So
it's definitely a weird time, isn't it? I
Yeah,
need to stop
yeah.
saying that, because obviously it's a weird time.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, it's a weird time, isn't it?
You're a freak. We're gonna be doing a live stream every Friday throughout July. Yeah.
Well, if you need any artists, check. You know where I am.
Yeah. Hit you up with a DM. Yeah, that's it. Announce next week. All right, nice one, man. It was nice chatting, and thank you for everyone for joining in. And yeah, safe. All right. Thank
you for
you.
listening to me laugh.
Bye. Ta-da.
How do I get out of this?
I think you just click the X. Save. All right, wicked. All right, cheers, guys. Ta-da. Big up.